All right, so it's time for another eBay or Etsy unboxing. Not sure which one this is. This is so sad. This was my mom's like favorite Christmas thing, and it doesn't work anymore. It used to spin around the little reindeer. I don't know. I feel like crying, but let's try to do something more cheerful. I don't know about you, but music boxes make me weepy. It makes me think of my mother even more. This is going to be one hell of a holiday without my mother again. Sort of sucks. You know what it is. You miss the people you love the most. Oh, great. Now my dogs had to ruin this moment. Scotch tape. Alright, I'm being a little melancholy right now. Don't mind me, guys. This time of year really makes it suck hard, you know? When you lose someone you love. It may not even be your mother. It could be your friends or a cousin or an aunt or an uncle or a father. It just totally, really, like, you try to be cheerful for it. You try to feel that feeling that you felt when you were a kid of the holiday, where you felt so secure and happy and joyful. And it sort of loses that, you know? So sometimes little things like this, little things to unbox, just cheers you up and makes you feel better. I don't even know what this is. I'll be honest with you. I forgot what I order. I order just so much stuff. Oh, this is really pretty. This is actually much prettier than I thought. Wow. This is really quite beautiful. And I got this from Etsy. Now I remember. So with a little elbow grease and Simicrone, I cleaned this. Now look how shiny it is. And look at all the filth that came off of it. So let's study this actually much more carefully and try to figure out how the hell old is this. And so my first impression, since I'm not a cameo expert or major collector, is that this is old. And I'm thinking 1800s old, but then it may not be that old. It's very hard to tell the date of these items. So you flip it over, you try to figure it out. So I did some Googling and investigation, and I don't know how old this is. Now we have a weird looking catch here. Now generally the older brooches had a C catch, a catch that was shaped like a C. This one is sort of shaped like a C. I don't know if you could see that. And it has like sort of a safety mechanism integrated into the C-shaped catch. Generally, also, another rule of thumb is the longer the pin that extends past the brooch, and the longer it is, the older it is. Although, some very old pins that, you see out there that are dated from like 1890s, 1900, 1905, the pins were actually short and would just stop right about the frame. This one extends slightly past it. So I'm going to guess that this was made, and by the way, we have a convertible. This is a brooch, and also it has a hanging loop or pendant holder. I'm going to try to lift it up and flip it, but I can't do that right now. But yeah, I'm going to guess that this was made between 1900 and 1920. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, write it in the comments below. We also do not have a T-bar hinge. We have a round hinge over here. But I have seen some pins, actually, that were really from the 1880s, 1890s with this round hinge. Now, I do know that some cameos had, and some brooches, had a European closure. So I'm guessing that this is a European closure. I could be incorrect. So, again, the dogs are barking. Just ignore them. So we have different kinds of closures, and I'm trying to, like, sort of Google them. The first top one here on the, yeah, right there, top one. Push-pull safety trombone, 1890. We have an early lever safety catch dated 1900. This capped C safety open And then we have this one here, which is an above safety. Oh my God, closed. Yeah, so these two, this is it opened and closed. And then we have down here, we have an unusual circa 1890s safety catch open. And I don't know, do we have the same thing? Maybe. I have no clue. And by the way, this is in the open position. I have no clue, but you do notice that this is like a C catch with a little roll thing. You know, like you roll it over the pin and it locks it. It does go past the pin a little bit if you look. So I'm going to guess, again, this is probably like about 1900, maybe 1920s. So what I just showed you, I could be completely wrong. So if I am, you can correct me in the comments below, but be nice and polite about it. So we have this beautiful lady. She's a Greek or a Roman goddess, I believe, by the name of Flora. And Flora had flowers in her hair. Now this is just your average cameo. Most commonly found are the goddesses, such as Flora, Demeter. I'm trying to think of the other ones. My brain is having a fart right now. And many other different goddesses. What I like about this, now this is helmet shell. You see the little rusty color going through the dress and a variation of color going throughout it. That's what's really pretty. Now, what is this metal frame made out of? I don't know. It could be gold plated or it could be brass. We will check it. What is really cool about these is that you could see the actual figure through it. So if you hold your cameo up against the light, you can see the silhouette of it through the shell, which is really cool. Now, generally, a plastic one or a molded porcelain one or something like that, you won't see that through. So that's how you can tell it's a real cameo. So right now we're going to go ahead and test the metal, which I highly suspect is actually not real gold. Probably plated, because you see some, like, I don't know if you could see like this pitting on the side. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. But you could see, you know, something's worn off in certain spots. We're going to test it. It's probably nothing. It's probably, it also could be silver and plated with a little bit of rolled gold over the top. But hey, you never know. So when you do this, you want to get your lunch lady gloves out because you can burn yourself. And what did I pay for this? I paid $50 for it. And it's actually not unreasonable to pay $50 for this common type of cameo brooch and convertible pendant. So what you want to do is you want to rub a little bit of the metal onto the stone. And I don't like doing this at all. Makes me feel like worried about damaging the metal on the item. You want to get a nice deep scratch. So if it is plated, you know, you can get in there good. So I don't know if you could see this. Let's check this out. And so you want to put if you can, half a drop, sometimes more comes out of it. You want to start with 9 carat. And then you move your way up. Now what will happen if this is not real at all is the fluid will actually disintegrate this little stripe of gold here. You'll see it eat right away at it instantly. And so let's go ahead and do this. And let me just try to move the drop around a little. And this is for 9 carat. Now I don't see it disintegrating. Just going to put another little half a drop. Okay, there we go. And if it is not real, it'll completely disintegrate. And so far, I mean, it's looking good. I'm not seeing any reaction. I don't know if you could see that, but it's not disappearing. So I'm going to go with this. It could possibly be 9K. Now we can do another scratch test. And whoops. All right. I was like out of focus. I'm going to get my 10K gold tester acid out. And you can get this from Amazon. It'll come with a whole set with a stone for like 20 bucks. And let's go ahead. We'll give it another scratch. And I really, again, I don't like doing this. Let's go ahead and give it another really deep scratch. Okay. And we're going to go ahead with the 10K. And we're going to see what happens. Now, I highly doubt that this could be gold. I mean, because I saw parts of it peeling off. So this could be like gold plated. Let's go ahead. Do we see a reaction? So far, our 9K over here is good. I don't see the gold disappearing. So this might be actually 10K gold. Wow. Let's actually get into better lighting. I'm going to move this over here. And yeah, so far we got 10K. That's actually phenomenal. Okay, should I go up to 14? All right, let's give it a try. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it another scratch test. Let's go ahead. Now, sometimes cameos, different parts of the metal frames on the cameos could have been made of mixed metals. So sometimes on the back, it could be brass. It could be silver. It also could be gold. So sometimes multiple pieces of the cameo are not all gold. If it actually has any gold content, it's not the whole thing. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so we don't have 14. See how that totally disappeared? It ate away at it, but we do have 10. So this is actually 10K. Okay, so wow, color me surprised. It could be, it could be plated. We don't know. I'm not an expert jeweler, but that's actually really cool. Now, what I like about this cameo is her straight nose. Don't know if you could see that. Indicative of probably 1900 to, I'm going to go with 1930s. I'm going to say more probably to the teens to the 20s. I'm not an expert. I could be wrong. If I am, write in the comments below. But I like the high relief carving. Don't know if you could see that, but the high relief carving is quite cool. Let's check that out. You see how it juts out of the shell? That's really, really quite cool. Now, what I want to do is I want to turn this into a pendant. Now, it has this little thing here. I'm going to show you what usually happens. Generally, the rings to hang a necklace from actually are too small. And what do you do if it is too small? On Amazon, you can get these little rings, these little jump rings, I think they're called, in all different sizes, and attach it to that. But let's see if our chain will actually attach to this. Okay, so unfortunately, the cameo will not fit my snake chain. And so now we're going to have to do this, which is a pain in the ass. So you get these little things here, right? And you place the jump ring inside here, and you give it a twist, and then you can actually snap it right back into place. Also, you can get a bunch of tools from Amazon for jewelry. These little pliers and jewelry accessories. What an absolute pain in the ass it was to put that loop on. But we got it. And now we got our snake chain, and it's attached to a necklace, which is great about these convertibles. We have Flora, my favorite goddess of all, because of the pretty flowers in her hair. I always like Flora. And this is your average cameo. Nothing really spectacular value. On eBay, you can get one of these for about $50 to about $125. It depends on who's bidding and who really wants it bad enough. In a retail shop, like say a more high-end antique store, online or brick and mortar, probably anywhere between $150 to about $250. Even though I'm actually starting to really suspect that this is rolled gold. It's actually plated in gold, 9K actually. It still actually has intrinsic value. You can see the beauty of Flora and her high relief. Don't know if you can see that. These are your average cameos. These are not high-end, although they are not like the cheap costume jewelry versions that you will see all over the place, made out of like molded celluloid, molded plastic, glass, and really not high-quality shells, although helmet shell, these are all three helmet shell, are not the most collectible. If you're collecting cameos and you're looking for valuable ones, you're going to look for the agate or the jasper ones, or the ones made out of sardonic shell. Helmet is run-of-the-mill basic shell that was used to make not like the most expensive cameos out there, but nice enough. These are generally tourist pieces that people got from Italy or local jewelry stores and back in the day. Now, again, I hate costume jewelry versions of them that are not even made out of real shell, like the ones with molded plastic or celluloid. Avon. I hate the Avon ones. I hate the ones from the 60s and the 50s and the 70s and 80s up till today. I don't think they're actually as nice. Now, I suspect this may be Edwardian, 1900 to 1910. Could be wrong. This is a sea catch, by the way. That's a real Victorian one. This one probably from the 1860s, 1870s. And then you got this one with some kind of, it's not a rollover. It's a regular sea catch that just locks. So I'm guessing, now I'm no expert, again, Edwardian. Value, again, if I was to sell this in my Etsy shop, I would not sell it for less than $180 to $225. There you go. Not bad for 50. Thanks for watching. See you guys all soon. And we had fun today, I hope. And I really like testing metals. I really enjoy doing that. Sometimes you get a surprise. Sometimes you get a cameo that's unmarked, that's actually solid gold. It doesn't happen very often, but once in a while, you'll even get rolled gold or gold plated, and that's good enough. See you guys all soon, and so long.